Alright guys, I'm back again, and today we'll be taking a look at one of my favorite NES games ever, and that will be Hudson's Adventure Island. Now this game is definitely, just awesome, in every way, shape, and form. The only real complaint that I really could have about this game is the difficulty, which, in some parts it can be absolutely brutal. But I mean, the controls, the graphics, the gameplay, I mean, just everything about this game is just so much fun, and just really awesome to play through. So, without further ado, I guess we'll just go ahead and put it in the NES, and I'll show you how it plays. Alright guys, but before I turn on the game, I just really have to announce the fact that this title screen music is just amazing. For 1987 standards, guys, this is just so awesome and just so catchy to listen to. So I'll turn it on and I'll have you guys listen for a little bit. That is just awesome. Alright, so starting off here on level 1. Basic objective, collect the fruit, throw little axes at snails, jump over rocks, collect more fruit, throw more axes at snails, collect more fruit, get a skateboard, and collect more fruit, and this time throw axes at birds. Of course, you guys can probably tell I'm being a little sarcastic here, but it's definitely a very generic, styled platformer here. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to it. I mean, you only get this one weapon here, this axe, and the only other real, I guess, means of defense that you have is just your platforming skills. Alright, I guess this does count as a weapon, though. You have invincibility, but other than that, invincibility and an axe, that's pretty much all you get. Alright, so that's the end of level 1. And you collect those fruits for bonus points, and that also keeps that bar at the top of the screen full, which pretty much acts as your timer. Once that bar goes all the way down, that's pretty much your time limit. And one real big problem I have to say about the skateboard, though, is that you can never stop. You're always constantly moving with this thing, which caused me to die right there. So the skateboard is definitely helpful if you really want to go fast, but I mean, if you really want to do, good precise jumps, forget about it. Another thing too about this character here, which his name is actually Master Higgins, by the way. Master Higgins is actually really slippery to control. He controls a lot like Mario in Super Mario Bros. To where, if you hold down the B button and run, he really builds momentum, and he kind of, slides back and forth like that, so it's a little challenging to switch directions. But the game, does have very similar controls to Super Mario Bros. B is your weapon, which in this game it's, your axe. A button jumps, and like I said, you kind of have that momentum style, running that Super Mario Bros. Has. Gotta get some more fruit to fill up that bar up there. Invincibility, alright. Getting close to the end of the level here, I think. Get the pot, alright. Almost there. Alright. So the first couple of levels in this game are pretty simple, but of course as the game goes on it gets harder and harder and harder. Like here, you really gotta take your time because these bats are kind of tricky if you go too fast. But luckily they only die with one hit. That's another really nice thing about this game too, is that enemies only take one hit to kill, but that it can also backfire too, because that means that you only die on one hit. Which that little bar that you see at the top of the screen, that looks like it would be a health bar. It's actually not. Like I said, that kind of acts as your timer. And the only way to replenish that, you know, bar up there is to keep collecting the fruit. And yep, 3 lives, no continues, no checkpoints. So it's one of those kind of games. Which is another reason why I think this game is, you know, brutally hard as the, you know, the game goes on. And of course the axes never hit their target perfectly every time, so that's another really tricky thing about this game. And of course a very kick-ass music for every level here, as you guys can probably hear through my camera. Skateboard. There's a bird right there. There's a rock right there, and another bird right there, another rock, and a couple other rocks coming up right there. More rocks. Invincibility with the skateboard. Alright. See if I can get any further than I did with my last try. So hopefully we'll get a little bit further and hopefully make it to the boss battle here. If not, I'm gonna have to cut this video short because I don't want to make it too long. Oh, crap. Definitely a very bad level here to have the skateboard, because this entire level, as you guys have seen before, is, you know, pretty much all these clouds here, and you really need precision jumping here. But when you keep moving like this, it's impossible to get to this level all the way. Thank God I lost the skateboard there, because it's such a pain in the butt to use for this level. But for any other level that, you know, kind of has like a flat surface or something, it's okay, but for something like this, you really need precision jumps, which I really needed right there. So I've got 1 life left, and I'll try to make this one last. Alright, so apparently I can't make it any further. In fact, I did worse my second time around. So that's Adventure Island, guys. You know, really, really good game. I highly, highly recommend it. You know, absolutely challenging, but I mean, just so much fun to play. Great controls, great graphics, awesome music as you guys are hearing right now. I mean, I just have to just shut up and listen to this music because it's just that good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, guys, have a great day.